President Uhuru Kenyatta's Status Conference started yesterday with Attorney General Githu Muigai giving last submissions as a friend of the court. Professor Githu was responding to prosecution submission before the judges that Kenyan government has refused to cooperate with the court. Yesterday's session also saw an application by Professor Githu to be allowed in today's proceedings turned away by the court. The AG argued that the prosecution has failed to come up with exactly what they require from the Kenyan government, making it impossible to know exactly what kind of information they're seeking. Here is part of yesterday's proceedings.
Have there been any further consultations, for example, or production of materials or information?
But in terms of really moving forward this process, it would appear that we are at a deadlock.
You say we are at a deadlock. Do you think? Yes.
By that I mean that the Kenyan government is not going to give us what we are asking for and what the Chamber has approved our asking for. What we have concluded is that the position of the Kenyan government, despite this Chamber's ruling, is such that the information which we truly require, they have not been provided. There is no sign of them being provided.
It is true. Unless the prosecution is able to tell us, we are interested in land reference number 100, please get us a search on that title. And I have promised you, if that happens, we will bring the search within 72 hours. We have also said, if you know of a motor vehicle by its registration, and you give me the number, I will bring the logbook that tells us who owes that number, and I will do it in 72 hours.
We don't have access to any other number which is said to have been Mr. Kenyatta's at the time. And therefore, we are not in a position to give the Attorney General what he says he wants, because we don't have that information. It is indeed the information which we are seeking from the Kenyan government.
All these witnesses that are referred to by the prosecutor, to whom phone calls were made, surely must have received phone calls from specific numbers. Give me those specific numbers, give me 72 hours, and I'll bring you the phone logs.
The only conclusion to be drawn from that is that we revert to the position we first occupied, namely that if the court is satisfied that our arguments are right, it should make a finding of non-compliance on the part of the government of Kenya.